So I want to talk a little bit about workshops. You've been to our workshops. Talk to me a little bit about your workshop experience. What's that experience like coming to the workshops that we do?
I think workshops are great because it's full of people who are trying to get better, and the content is great. And what a lot of the value I get out of that is the relationships with other business owners, people trying to do things, trying to implement similar things that they've picked up in coaching, and figuring out where we're falling short, what other people might be trying that works well. And a lot of it also comes down to some camaraderie of being in the trenches with other people. There's a bond there that's instant when you're in the trenches trying to make something happen.
Absolutely. I think that experience, it's interesting about the workshops. I never really appreciated that until I started just reading people's feedback about the workshops, and person after person mentioned this whole thing about being in a space with other people who are in the same place that they are, trying to work through some of the same challenges, have some of the same goals. And as you know, in life, it's sometimes hard to find that in just your day-to-day life with the people that you maybe see on a day-to-day basis. That could be family, people at church, friends that you've known from school. It's hard to find that. And sometimes you can feel like an absolute weirdo as you're kind of working on these things because people just don't get it, especially if you're a 9-to-5 kind of person. Like, you just don't really understand what that looks like. So it's nice to be around people who do.
I couldn't say that enough. We tend to feel so isolated, just so alone in our issues, and not always problems, just things we have to deal with. We feel so isolated. To get together with other people, man, it changes things. It opens up your brain.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, those pathways are so important. And I think especially as men, not that women never do this either, but men, I feel like we have a tendency to isolate. We have a tendency to kind of put our heads down and just try to rugged individual, let's forge this path on our own. And that can be a really lonely existence if we're not careful.